Alrighty then, so I'm going to be talking about my first week with Cherry, and she's the horse from my previous video. Her registered name is Swimmet Sunbelt, but I like to call her Cherry or Sherry. I kind of switch between the two. But anyway, she passed the PPE on Wednesday the 13th of March, so I brought her home the following Saturday, the 16th, and she trailed really well actually. She loaded fairly undramatically, but we needed some time just to get her on. But after that, she stood really nicely on the float, and of course, I drove very carefully, so it was a positive experience. And after she got to play around a bit in the arena, which she seemed to really enjoy, as you can see in those clips there. So we've just really been spending this first week getting to know each other, free of that much pressure, mostly out in the paddock, and she is just the sweetest personality ever. She is so cuddly and seeks attention, and she's just so curious and basically a big fluffy puppy with long spindly legs and lots of energy. She's a mare, of course, so she does have her opinions and she knows how to handle herself. But at the same time, she's just so sweet, and I truly enjoy her personality. It's really refreshing to have a cuddly horse because I haven't really had that in the past, and she's just so funny. So we've been focusing a lot on just basic handling and communication, just getting the foundation in, lead training, and we've done a bit of long reining, as you can see here. And she just took to that really well. I don't know if she's ever done it before or not, but she took it so quickly. So yeah, I really want her to feel safe and calm and confident before I start to put any pressure on her, really. I do think it's important to give your horse time when you get a new horse, whether it's young or more experienced, that you let it settle down in its new environment for a while. Because moving can be quite traumatic for horses. Everything in their routine gets switched up, and as animals of habit, they have to get their brains wrapped around that. So I've just been spending a lot of time in the stable. So basically, when I haven't been to school or at work, I have been in the stable with her. And I think that's kind of paid off because she is starting to settle down fairly nicely. It is progressing for each day, and she is expressing herself a bit more. That also means that she becomes a bit more explosive because, like, Friday, we walked out of the stable door and she reared like 4 or 5 times, so tall. She was like 4 meters high at the time, and it was just a big no-no because if there is one thing or a few things that I don't allow my horses to do, it's biting, kicking, and rearing, and she has done 2 of 3. She's not the type to bite, and she doesn't like kick or rear to be mean, but she has all this energy, and she doesn't really have the baseline of manners, I guess you could say. So she just needs her boundaries set out clearly before her, and she just takes correction so nicely. It's a pleasure, really, because I only have to repeat things like once or twice, maybe 3 times, and then she gets it. So she is really a true pleasure to work with. She's just pretty much my dream horse as far as I've gotten to know her up until now, and I just feel really lucky to have ended up with her. But we do have a work cut out for us, though. Like here, she does get really stressed inside the stable, especially if we're alone, and that's completely understandable. But like here, she gets fussy with her head. She does that quite a lot, and she can't stand still for 2 seconds, really. It has gotten a bit better already, but yeah. So like here, she walks outside of the box before I tell her to, and then I bring her back in because, you know, we need to be on the same page. She doesn't want to go in, which is fine. She does that sometimes, but she does like come around, and then we just repeat it, but focus on like what I want her to do, and she does that really nicely. She is just an incredibly smart horse, and I am kind of terrified to make a mistake or fuck up, because if I do, I could have potentially a big problem on my hands. Mounting block, also an issue. And as you see, she gets fussy with her head and she throws it around, and when she does that, it's like seconds before she rears, so I'm a bit careful, but I was happy with her there for not being more dramatic than she was, but I decided to get a mobile mounting block, and out of the gate, this happened. Because she went out before I asked her to, and read it as a start box, and the energy goes up when it can't go forward. So I got a bit angry with her there, as you can hear, because rearing, as I said, is non-tolerable, but she calmed down so quickly and so nicely, and just, I was really happy with her there. So yeah, and this is from writing it yesterday, so enjoy, enjoy that. Let's just say she was bouncy and a bit insecure, and just she was not really she was not ready, but she wasn't ready either to do any constructive work on the saddle. I just kind of wanted to feel how she was, so therefore I rode her for a little bit. But my initial plan was to not ride her so much these first few months, and I'm going to stick with that, because it is quite obvious that she doesn't have the basic skill set kind of to feel comfortable as a riding horse, like what is expected of her as a riding horse in the arena compared to what she has been taught to do with racing. So I want to teach her the basics from the ground first, without the element of the ride on top, and then I want to build it from there so that she can feel confident and just be in balance, because right now she doesn't know how to balance herself in the arena or under rider for that matter. She does have these moments like here where she looks rather good, but that's just her basic gaits and her basic athleticism showing, really, because she is in no way a rideable horse yet. She is a nice ride, but she is not rideable. Personally, though, I do prefer it this way. I do prefer to do all of the grunt work myself. I do enjoy producing horses from scratch, and that is just, I do find the most pride in that, and I feel the most accomplished. So, and with a horse like this, with a starting point this amazing, if I fuck this up, I will forever hate myself. So yeah, I'm just super excited for our future together. I can't stress that enough, really. And hopefully I'll keep doing the YouTube thing, because this will be so much fun to look back upon in the future. But yeah, that's it for now.
Ja, men det gick ju fint det. Kom på allt.